What's up, guys? I'm Nick, and this is Build Dad Build. And like the song goes, Mother just killed a man, put a gun. All right, guys, Mother's Day is right around the corner, and I'm here to tell you two things. One, if you haven't already made your mother a gift, because you know you gotta make mom a gift. It doesn't matter how old you are, you still gotta make mom a gift, right? So I'm here to tell you it's not too late. I'm gonna show you how to laser cut a very cool, personalized wall hanging from mom for Mother's Day. You know, we're doing this project on my favorite laser, the xTool D1 10-watt laser. Which brings me to my next point. Since there are all of you mothers out there,
dirty and not,
xTool is actually running a sale from May 6th to May 15th. Check out all the deals, guys. And they just released their new rotary, the RA2 Pro. I will link to that right here. It is the first chuck rotary for a diode laser. It's a 4-in-1 unit. It's absolutely bonkers. Go check out this video. And if that doesn't make you want to buy it, I don't know what will. You can also pre-order the 20-watt version of this laser. I have one of the prototypes here, and I'm here to tell you that this thing is absolutely bananas. With the addition of this 20-watt laser, in my opinion, it turns this machine from a pretty much like a hobbyist style laser to something you can actually run a business on. The time that this thing saves is amazing. And you can pre-order that now. I believe they're set to ship at the end of May, but that may change. I picked up this design on Design Bundles. I'll link them down below. No affiliation or anything. I just really like their stuff. It's cheap. They have a ton of it. So first we're gonna design this the way they meant to design it. And then kids,
we're gonna build Dad build it up.
So what's the first thing we do when we're working with a new material, kids? That's right, we run a power scale. So I know kind of where walnut is gonna cut. So I kind of reduced it down a little bit, made it a little smaller so it'll run a little faster, but always run a power scale on a new material and then hang on to that power scale, because if I would have hung on to the one that I had for this walnut, I wouldn't be running it again. Okay, what's the first thing we always do is we always focus our laser, right, kids? So we're gonna take the kickstand, we're gonna drop it down where we want it to be, that back up, get our crosshairs where we want them to be. The next thing we always do is run a frame. Why? Because we always want to know where our laser is in space. This is gonna keep you from crashing into rails, starting in the wrong location, putting over the side of your material, so always run a frame. And then all there is left to do is
send it.
Okay, so here we are. I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm gonna pop these guys out. All these poke out. Those are way too hot. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right there. You always wanna run your laser as fast as it can go at the lowest possible power. We're looking at 70% power, 3 millimeters per second speed. All right, so this is just a 2-layer piece. So I'm just gonna bring it in. I'm resizing it to about 210 millimeters. That's about 8 inches. Making it a little smaller than I probably would just for time's sake. But you could definitely scale this up to, you know, a good 15 by 15, pretty easy, especially if you just make it one. We have our walnut in place. I am doing the, let's see, the engrave is 65% power, 35 millimeters per second speed. And then we're gonna cut the outline as we said. I'm gonna up it just from 70 to 75. So 75 at 3 millimeters per second for the cut. Come in here, we have our 3 millimeter walnut on the bed. We are going to run a frame. Okay, everything looks good. Hit that air assist. And let's give it the beans, shall we? All right, first layer cut. Okay, so we load our next layer in. We're doing it same, 75% power, 3 millimeters per second. I already ran a frame, everything looks good. Looks like it's gonna be about 30 minutes. so this is like the most fun part, is popping these guys out. A lot of times, if you can't get one to come out from the front, popping it from the back is a little easier. Pokey pokey. Woo! Check it out. Okay, a little pro tip here. This piece right here broke when I was popping it out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn this over. If you look right here, there's the split. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm just gonna put a dab of CA glue on it, just a tiny little amount, like that. I'm gonna pull it into where it needs to be. I'm gonna hit it with activator. And we're just gonna let that sit for a second, and then we're good to go. Also had a piece of tree snap off right here. So if you guys are doing these projects, you definitely wanna get yourself some good CA glue. I use StarBond, and I use their activator, just because I like their product. Anyway, I am affiliated with StarBond, but I always use their medium clear and their accelerator. I think I said activator. But I can get you 15% off. So I will put the link down below, and if you're gonna be getting CA glue anyway, you might as well use my discount code and get yourself a little 15% off. Word turds, word turds. The cool thing about this design too is you can do 1 child, 2 child, 3, 4, and I think 5. I'm just gonna, I try to hit the bigger locations on the inside, and then as much as the outside as I can. Just feel like that works the best. And my favorite is when you're doing this and you realize you missed one. Pop this guy out real quick. There we go. Okay. All right, now we're just gonna bring this guy in, turn this over. We're gonna get us situated, and we're gonna glue our fingers to it, because that's what we do here, kids. I just turn it over and find something heavy to put upon it. In this case, a couple 1, 2, 3 bucks. We're just gonna let that sit for a minute. All right, so I had to cut it a little short yesterday. I had to go pick up the kids. So this is the next day. This has had time to dry, and this is what you're looking at. So this is what the final product looks like if you go straight off their design. But round here, we like to mix things up a little bit and throw a little stank on it. And by stank, I don't mean I'm lighting it on fire, but we are gonna light it up. So let's cut another one of those, and we'll see what we can do. If you haven't been here before, welcome. And when I say we're gonna throw a little Build Dad's Build spin on it, what that means is we're either gonna make this really awesome or really jack something up. But before we dive in any deeper, I just wanna say thanks to all of you for sticking around until this time in the video, especially my patrons. These guys are the ones that keep the motion in the ocean, if you know what I mean. Especially my top tier or Boilermaker patrons. Stephen Mann, Eric Weiss, Derek Coates, Chuck Faulkner, Puffy Muffins, Andy the Viking, Dwight Smith, Christopher Walters, Todd Stewart, Franklin the Tanklin. We got 2 new ones, Paul Christensen and Jason Ayers. Cheers. Straight vodka on ice, baby. Just the way I like it. Woo! All right, let's do this. The other cool thing that I like about this file is I told you you could have multiple kids on there, but it also says, Mom, to the world, you may be one person, but to us, you are the world. There's different versions that say mum instead of mom, M-U-M, and if it's just a single child, it would say, there's a version that says, Mom, to the world, you may be one person, but to me, you are the world. So, kind of nice just to have all those different options. Now let's make another one. Okay, so here's the back, same as before. I went ahead and cut out a ring. So this is just a 210 millimeter ring, and then the inside measurement is 200, so it's about 5 centimeters all the way around. I'm noticing one big flaw with this right off the bat is that I thought I was gonna have more of a lip here. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is cut another one of these rings and cut it a little smaller to give this like a little lip underneath. It'll be hard to place, but it'll give me that little bit of lip underneath this one to be able to see.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Just frying myself with hot glue. Ow. I don't know how you guys hot glue without getting just little strands of glue everywhere. I don't use it more because of the strings and the burning. Ow. You're gonna do me like that, are you? It's a hot glue comedy hour here at Build That Build. I may have rage quit that project. Let me show you what we got into here. Again, I hate hot glue. So I don't know if you can see all the hot glue sticking out of there. I was having a hard time getting it to stay in the cracks. I started to try to scrape some of this out because once I did the second round with the lights, it was like I could visibly see the hot glue sticking out around the sides. As I started to scrape that out, I broke through my rail on the side, and this is now just a big ashtray for you smokers out there. But you know how we do here at Build Dad Build. We don't just give up. We get really angry, and then we have some whiskey. And we take a nap, we sleep on it, and we come up with a solution. And that's what I did. So I ended up going in and editing the design a little bit. So I did my editing in Adobe Illustrator, but then after that I realized I probably could have just done it in LaserBox. All I did was I made this border here like a lot stouter. So that's probably a little over 1/2 inch now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use those two. We're gonna take this guy. So now I can have a regular spatial like this that's, you know, I mean, it's 5 mil, but it's definitely stronger than the 2.5 mil or whatever one I used on there. We'll put this guy in here, and then we put this on top. But before we do that, I can glue my lights all the way around here, and I can just use StarBond because I don't know how you guys do it with the hot glue, man. Don't. But I have plenty of kind of shelf space underneath here now for the lights. So let's put this baby in the oven. Wait, let's take this bun out of the oven. You know what I'm talking about. Final product. I think it looks pretty good. I have to say that even if I hadn't have just like been really angry with the way the other one was, I think you still would have seen all of the LED running around the outside, and you can't see it at all with this. So you tell me, was it worth it? Alexa, turn shop lights off. I don't know, you probably can't see it very well. I think it was worth it. But at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. Which one do you like? The original or the extra spicy? I think I like this one even without the LEDs because you get a little bit more depth in it than this. Now you could get the same effect by using like a different lighter wood on the back or in the front and having a contrast, or even painting it if you want to bastardize walnut like that. But I hope you guys learned something. I know I did. I hate hot glue still. Guys, without these kind of mistakes in the building process, you're never gonna learn how to build something new. So learn from your mistakes. That is what making is all about. But now I heard xTool's having a sale. So until next time, thanks for playing. Now I gotta get to work. Simmy sang sang. Simmy sang sang. You know, you get the drift. Or, you know, in case a trash truck is picking up trash at your house, even though yesterday was trash pickup day. You know, there's that. I will put a bun in your oven, if you know what I'm saying.